Greetings everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Weekly Challenges Guide. For those of you who are new to this series, the weekly challenges are to set out 5 races that usually go live Thursday night, Friday morning, depending on your region. These usually consist of 4 races already in the game that you may need to unlock depending on your progress, while the 5th one is a special event, usually curated just for that week only. Now, the purpose of these guides is to give you an overview as to what these races offer, ranging from the aspiration of the cars, the country of the cars, or even the specific type of cars. So, with that out of the way, let's get into things. Now, we kick things off with the American Clubman Cup 700. This is a 1-lap blast around the super special stage Route X, requiring a road car professionally tuned and from the United States. So as you can see here, some of the examples involved with that. And I just kind of did this on these because I didn't really feel like putting all hard work in there, and plus, didn't really need to. So here's the Camaro ZL1 that I already have there. So the main tips to consider for this, no corners, but more like recommendations for your car. Set your gearing, you want that as long as possible to get the most out of the power that you're going to be using for draft. And set your horsepower for mostly the same reason there. So really that's all you gotta remember for these sorts of things there. All there is to it. Next, European Sunday Cup 500. This is a 2-lap race around the Spa 24-hour layout. And you will need a road car from Europe. So any of the countries specified here. So for my example, I'm going to pick this BMW M2 competition that I recently built, and you may have seen the short of on Monday. And as I briefly mentioned Monday, that was the 2 power settings that you can race this in. So for this case, I am going to switch that to the Cup setting, which is the 365 horsepower. And of course, to consider here, Eau Rouge, no recommended gear because you might have something different. Les Combs, 2nd gear usually found works effectively. Puhan, 3rd or 4th gear, hug the inside and gradually power out. Campus, stiff low, 2nd gear, carefully manage the throttle. And Chicane, 2nd gear, mind those curves. Next is the historic Sports Car Masters. It's a 5-lap race around Willow Springs International Raceway, Big Willow, where you will need a road car with 580 performance points and at least between the years 1960 and 1989. So there's the bracket you're working with right there. But for me, it's usually a no-brainer. It's just this Ford GT40 because it's just easy. Simple as that. No adjustment required. Of course, to consider, Castro Horn 2nd gear, mind the sand. Rabbit's Ear 2nd gear, hug that inside. Turn 3 through 5, 2nd gear, careful on the throttle. Turn 9, 2nd gear, interest slightly high and balance throttle before turning down and gradually back on power. Very tricky, but once you get that right, you can get some speed out of that. Next, the World Touring Car 800. This is a 5-lap race around last week's special event track, the 24 Hours of Wild racetrack. And here, this is a 6 times fuel use and 6 times tire wear. And this usually features Group 3 cars. You don't have to use, of course, just as long as something is under the 800 performance points index. But in my case, I decided I wanted a little bit of a challenge, and sticking with the theme there, which was last week's, I'm using the Lexus RCF GT3 here. And as you'll also see, I'm going to select mediums as it's usually the recommended tire for these. So of course to consider, Dunlop Chicane, 2nd gear, Virage Chateau Rouge, 4th gear with a brief lift to carry that power. Indianapolis and Ornage, 2nd gear. Porsche Curves, 4th gear throughout the sector before 3rd gear for that final left-hander. And the Ford Chicane, 3rd for the first half, 2nd gear for the second half. And the bonus tips, racing mediums per usual, short shift for fuel saving depending on your car, and the recommended easy options, say CLK LM or the BMW Current F1. And for the special event, the Ferrari 812 Superfast 1 make. It's a 4-lap race around Autodrome Maggiore full course reverse, featuring none other than the 812 Superfast. So it's a one make race there, as the name implies. So that means I'm picking out this little tuned car here that I have from the last time. So let's go into the track itself here. Of course, you can see turn 1, second gear, turns 2 through 5, third gear. Careful with that grass because it will send you around. Downhill S, third gear, use that curving to turn the car. And then what I like to call power bank, second gear, use that curve to rotate the car around. Turns 9 and 10, third gear to bounce the car. With 11 and 13, second gear, and careful with traction because that wall will come up on you very quickly. And turns 15 through 18, second gear. So that is it for this week's weekly challenge guide. Hope you enjoyed this, whether you logged into the game for the first time in a long while or you just woke up to these challenges. These are usually up every Friday at 2 p.m. so if you like it, give it a like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell so you can be notified when these videos go live. So, until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video.